It is the day I'm talking about where I knew how much my neighbors loved me.
Just coming home, Bible study, happy family through the back door. As soon as I reach the back door, bah, bah, shots go off. Sound like they're right next to me, right? Rush to get everybody in the house, and I can look out that front bay window, and I can see the lights and hear the sirens, and it's right in front of my house. And I'm going, whoa, 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 whoa. God, this wasn't part of the plan. So I walk to the front, and I go out that front door, and I realize that, okay, I don't know any of the people out here. We've been living here for almost a year, but I've been held up fortress in my house. And I come out the door, and I'm like, okay, if I'm going to talk to somebody, I'm going to talk to her. You know, she'll probably know what's going on. So I step off the steps, and I go, excuse me. She turns around, oh, hey, how you doing, babe? I'm like, I'm good. Do you know what happened? She's like, I don't. I just came out myself. This is so scary. And then her face like changes. She goes, I'm like, what? What's wrong? She goes, oh, my God. She looks at her watch. She says, it's almost 7 o'clock. It's a Wednesday. Oh, my God, you must have just been at your back door, because I know on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, you teach school and you pick up your daughters around 3:30 and y'all get home around 4. But on Wednesdays, you teach Bible study and you get home at 7, maybe 7:05. And y'all must have just been at the door. Are Michelle okay? How are Jasmine and Jay? Oh, my goodness. And I'm going, and your name is? I learned Miss Barbara name that day. But that day, right, I learned that my neighbor had been so integrally woven in my life, and I didn't even know it because I was holed up fortress inside. And she looks and she says, baby, why don't you go over there and ask what happened? Because the shooting happened at the house on this side. But the porch is leaning just a little bit, no grass in the front. Usually it's about 10 to 12 guys on the porch playing cards and dominoes, something. I said, you want me to ask them? She said, it's okay, they're nice, baby, just go ask. So I walk on over, and that porch is higher than mine, so I'm kind of looking up. I'm like, hey, guys, hello. And one guy turned around, what? He's like, oh, hey, Pastor J, man, good to see you, man. What's up? And I'm like, how do they know? What happened? They're like, oh, man, we were just out here playing cards, doing our thing. Somebody came across the vacant lot and just started spraying the house with bullets. We don't even know. We don't bother nobody. We haven't done anything. And I'm going, okay, is this normal? They're like, no, this is not normal. You know, things like this normally happen. But they look at me and they say, don't worry, we're going to take care of it. I was like, oh. Can you be just a little more specific about what you mean by take care of it? Just so I know whether we need to take a vacation or something. That's all I need to know. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. It's cool. We good, Pastor Jay. We always take care of this block. We take care of all the kids. We do the block party every day. No, we got this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. And they're like, he don't believe us. Tell him about the car. And I'm like, okay. So they start telling me about this story about my block. And how I was a guy that used to drive up and down the block 80 miles an hour, super fast, showing off his car. But kids are outside playing football, jumping rope, doing the things that they do. And so the guys on the porch are upset. Slow down on our block. Don't drive fast. And the guy's like, whatever, man, I do what I want to do. And he just waving them off. So they caught him at the block before this at a stop sign. One guy gets in front of him. You're going to have to stop driving fast on our block, man. We're not playing with you. The guy gets out because it's just one person. He's like, man, if you don't get out of my way, I'm going to run you over, da-da-da. While he gets out the car, all the other guys, the other 10, 12, come jumping over fences, out of gangways, right? And he's trying to, oh, no, you trying to drive off? I was like, what y'all do? They said, we started rocking his car back and forth so he couldn't drive off. Shoot, we flipped it over. I was like, whoa. I said, man, that's not how I would have handled that situation. But I have never felt more safe in my life. Michelle, bring the babies outside and meet these fine. And I told them, y'all play right here in this yard with these fine gentlemen, and this lovely woman who know your whole life story anyway can watch you. And I know you know. But in that moment, I recognized here I was building myself a fortress, right? Trying to protect myself from the evils of the outside. I had not returned to this place. I had built a house, but I had not settled down. They were the bad neighbor people, and I was saving the place just because I had moved in. And God was like, wake up. The best part of residing is getting to know the amazing people who are here and seeing how God's image is displayed in them and the amazing ways that they take care of one another. And I didn't bring you here to change anything. I brought you here so you can really see the truth. I mean, I think about it, man. If that guy was driving up and down the streets, I'd have came up with a petition to get speed bumps put in or something, But it took months, maybe a year, knowing Chicago politics. But they fixed it in one day. People creep down that street. you begin to be transformed by the relationships of the place. Churches, individuals, neighbors, all of us, like we have to settle down, get nestled into our communities and get to know people who are so different from us that live. Like I would have never chosen those guys to be the people that watch my daughters, but it made so much sense that day. Even with the brokenness of knowing there was just a shooting there. It's not clean and perfect. It was messy, but made sense. When I was no longer like, God, I want to choose my own position and where, how I look at people. God changed my position. No. Stop forsaking the position I gave you. I put you there so that you could begin to see people for who they are, not who you have been made to believe they are.